We are a nation that enjoys a variety of sports. We Americans love our football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. We show our loyalty by purchasing replica jerseys of our favorite players and make pilgrimages to stadiums as if they were holy shrines. But even with our obsession for sports, there's one sport still trying to get a good reputation in our country. It is called soccer. In Europe and South America, soccer is king. Cristiano Ronaldo, the star forward for the European soccer club Real Madrid, is considered the most popular athlete in the world. Although soccer is the most popular sport on the planet, it still has not caught on in the US. I believe the reason for this is the average person's lack of knowledge about the sport. I personally have played organized soccer since I was 9 years old and until my senior year in high school. Today, I'm going to give a quick overview of the sport. I will tell you the equipment you need to play, positions on the field, and the basic rules of the game. I believe this speech will be beneficial for you because recent US soccer teams are greatly improving, and Major League Soccer is starting to become very competitive. You don't want to fall behind on the times. Once you acquire this knowledge, you will be able to follow along with the game that might have stumped you before. First off, the sport has to be played somewhere. In comes the soccer field. A professional soccer field is 110 yards long and 80 yards wide. There are distinctive lines on the field. On this diagram here, you can see the layout of the soccer field. These outermost lines are the out-of-bounds markers. Once the ball crosses these lines, the ball is given to the other team. These boxes on the ends represent the goalie box. Within this box are the limits of the goalie can use his special privileges of touching the ball with his hands. If he steps out of the large box, he becomes an ordinary player. The line through the center of the field and the circle around it marks where the opposing team members need to be behind before the ball is kicked off. On either end of the field, there is a goal. A professional goal is 8 feet high and 24 feet across. Players have two 45-minute halves in regulation time of a match. There is only overtime if it is a tournament when there has to be a victor. Besides the field, the basic need for soccer is cleats, shin guards, and the ball. Cleats are light for speed, and unique to soccer, the front spike is missing. Shin guards are made from plastic and are designed to keep your shins from getting hurt with collisions with other players. Of course, the most important thing needed for soccer is the ball. International standards are that the ball weighs between 14 and 16 ounces and has a circumference of 27 to 28 inches. The ball is semi-bouncy, but is made to roll fast. There are 11 players on each team. There are several formations players take, but the most common is the 4-4-2 formation. This formation consists of 4 defenders in a row, 4 midfielders across the middle, and 2 forwards at the top. With the defensive positions are left defense, center defense, and right defense. Defensive players' jobs are to protect the ball from the other team's attack, or protect the goal from the other team's attack, Midfield positions are left midfield, center midfield, and right midfielders. Midfielders are a hybrid between defensive and offensive players. They must help defend the goal, but they also have to push to score goals for their team as well. To do this, they have great stamina and have great passing skills to advance the ball off the field. The forward positions are simply named right and left forward. Forwards are usually the main goal scorers on the team. To beat the big, strong defensive players, they're usually good dribblers, very fast, and can put the ball in the back of the net with power or touch. Finally, the goalkeeper. He is the only player allowed to use his hands. They are usually very tall and have great hands to snatch the ball out of the air. Here's a demonstration of what happens to the 4-4-2 formation once the ball is kicked off. As you can see, you still have those distinctive lines. From this, players move around to get the ball, but they will generally keep this shape. Of course, these players have to play by some rules. All rules for the sport have been created by FIFA. FIFA stands for, in its English translation, International Federation of Association Football. The following are the basic rules FIFA has created for the sport. touching the ball with the hand or forearm, hitting, pushing, kicking, tripping, punching, holding, pulling, running into, jumping into a play are all offenses that result in a free kick being awarded to the other team. Dangerous play, obstructing another player, or unsportsmanlike behavior are also grounds for a free kick. Dangerous play is when a player acts in such a way where there's a possibility of injuring another person. Kicking near someone's face, kicking the ball while you're on the ground, or recklessly jumping into a play are all grounds for a dangerous play penalty. Obstruction is preventing the opposing player from getting to the ball while you yourself aren't going for the ball. If any of these fouls happen inside the box by the defensive team, a penalty kick is given. A penalty kick is when the ball is placed 12 yards away from the goal and one player has the chance to one-on-one the goalie and try and score. Penalty kicks are usually very controversial since they can affect the outcome of a game instantly. If a free kick is not enough of a punishment, a referee can award either a yellow or a red card. A yellow card is the equivalent of a warning. If a player gets a second yellow card during that game, it is the equivalent of a red card. A red card is the highest form of punishment a referee can give out. The red card kicks that player out of the game, and their team has to play a man down the rest of the game. That player will also not be allowed to play in the next game. In this short speech, I have given you a lot of information, and you probably have no clue what I'm talking about unless you had a basic knowledge of the sport before. But if you can keep this information I have talked about tucked back in your mind, next time you see a soccer game, you will be amazed at what you can do. You will know what the markings on the field mean. You can identify the positions people are playing. And most importantly, you know what the basic rules are. Now you must realize I just gave you the basics. The only way you're going to figure out the rest is if you want to. Hopefully, I have you all interested in this great sport. So why not give soccer a try? You won't regret it. Any questions?